And also this moment, the American media reports say that one of the pilots from the F-15 fighter jet has been rescued while a search is currently on for the second pilot. We're also given to understand that the second pilot of that plane would have these what are known as survival and evasion techniques. Could you shed some light in terms of what the second pilot at this moment would in fact be going through, how the Americans be in touch with him? Is that at all possible? And what sort of measures? I know this is also going to be some parts of it which would be classified, but in terms of standard operating procedure, how does this work out?
Yes, well, again, as a former U.S. Army aviator, we also had what they call SEER training, the survival and evasion training that you get, and this airman, no doubt, had probably extensive, advanced training in survival and evasion. So the airman, actually a weapons service officer, is trained to conceal himself and to make, as soon as possible, radio contact with the rescuing efforts of the United States with other officers. Now, it could be perhaps that in evacuating the aircraft, that he may be injured, or the radio equipment that he's using and the detection devices may be damaged. So that's one possibility. Nonetheless, the U.S. knows where the other pilot was recovered, and presumably this downed airman is somewhere in that vicinity, and that's what they're trying to do. And again, the airman knows what he needs to do to remain concealed and not get captured, to try to avoid capture. And again, this would be very serious if the Iranian regime were to capture the downed airman. This would be quite a serious incident. Please.
Right. And Mr. Joseph, my final question to you is a little technical. Now, it's being reported that the Iranians are using some kind of an infrared radar, which, when it locks on to a plane, does not in fact register to the pilot who's flying the plane. Do you think the American Air Force at this moment was perhaps not expecting the level of success that the Iranians have managed to get out of what a lot of people would say is a much more basic nature of an infrared radar that is looking for the signature of heat that is generated by a flying aircraft in tracking it down? Because the Iranians also published what they claim was an F-35 stealth fighter jet that they managed to get in their crosshairs of this infrared radar.
No, I don't think the U.S. Air Force or any U.S. forces operating in this theater against Iran are surprised by Iranian capacity, which the only surprise has been, and I've discussed this with a former senior U.S. Air Force F-16 pilot, the only surprise has been the near total absence of Iranian air defense capacity. And so whatever systems they have, Russian, Chinese, have been remarkably ineffective at doing anything to stop the almost total, complete superiority of U.S. and Israeli aircraft over Iran. Iran has basically shown itself to be impotent, except, of course, if you conduct thousands and thousands of sorties, eventually you may strike and get lucky and down an aircraft. In the meantime, of course, Iran continues to execute its own citizens. And this is also a remarkable feature, that a country that is at war would rather focus its attention on executing, having highly visible, dramatic executions of its own Iranian citizens. And some of those citizens, we know, Mohammed, continue to provide information about where senior Iranian officials are, knowing that they will then be targeted for assassination by Israel. And we also know that Iran continues to use banned cluster munitions in its attacks which are contrary to the U.S. and Israel, directed at civilian targets. Please.
All right, just to play the devil's advocate, when you say the banned cluster ammunition being used by Iran, it is not as if the Americans have hesitated from using this kind of ammunition in different war theaters that the Americans have been involved in. My final question to you, Mr. Joseph, is this. There is at this moment a lot of talk about the possibility that the American President Donald Trump could order for a ground invasion or a limited ground incursion. In your assessment, considering the challenges that are prevalent in the Strait of Hormuz, do you think this is a possibility that the American president, who have been briefed about the many challenges and also the risks that are prevalent in carrying out a ground incursion, would want to go ahead with something that is as risky as this?
Mohammed, of course, I can claim no possibility to predict what President Trump will decide to do. He has clearly decided to move ground forces into the area, and he has this Marine Expeditionary Force, which is present now, and potentially 82nd Airborne as well. So I take it the statements of the administration as factual when they say he's considering all possible options. We have to remember that Iran's threat to the Strait of Hormuz is not just a penalty and an attempted leverage on the United States and on Israel. It is a threat to the Gulf, to Gulf states, and including notably Saudi Arabia, which reportedly has encouraged the United States, encouraged President Trump to continue the war to the finish. And closing the Strait of Hormuz, as you know, Mohammed, has enormous economic implications, again, not directed at Israel or the United States, which is largely energy independent, but which affect the entire world, and has, of course, humanitarian consequences, serious agricultural consequences from the blockage of fertilizer, not just oil, but fertilizer.
Right.
So this is indeed a problem, not just for the United States and Israel. It's a problem that affects the entire world. And the best outcome, of course, would be a rapid and immediate negotiated solution to end the conflict and to open the Strait of Hormuz. Please.
Interesting. Thank you very much indeed, Mr. Edward P. Joseph, for joining us with that perspective there.
You're welcome.